Hello, beautiful souls. This is your energy forecast for the week of July 11th through the 17th. I'm Portia, your astronumerologist and guide, here with the Soul Card Studio. And this is the second full week of 2026, y'all. Can we believe it? Oh my gosh. And it is guided by the Three of Hearts. Now, the Three of Hearts is the card of pure expression. Threes are the artists of the deck. And then you have hearts, which are the suit of emotion and love. So really, this card is asking you to create from what you feel, right? So it's about your emotions and creating from that. Threes are very creative, and so you want to actually use your emotions and express that through your creativity this week. Now, let me let you know that if you've been enjoying this weekly updates and the guidance I've been giving you, then please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone else who can benefit from this information. And as always, your support helps this channel grow and reach more beautiful souls just like yourself. So let's dive in for this week's energy forecast. Let's talk about the astrology this week. It's expansive, connective, and inspiring. Look, we're still in Capricorn season, but this week balance the structure with creative flow. So the moon begins in a waning crescent phase, and so we're still releasing and refining and clearing space before next week's new moon in Capricorn on the 18th. And so the lunar journey for this week actually starts off in Scorpio on Sunday. And Sunday is January 11th, so it's another 111 portal. And with the Scorpio moon, this is going to be deep and emotional, right? Very transformative. One is new beginner energy, right? Fresh starts. And so this is going to be perfect for that. And also it's going to be perfect for honesty and vulnerability on top of that for Sunday, under the moon being in Scorpio. Now, on Monday, we still have that same energy, fading over to Monday. So energy is gonna lift a little bit on Monday though, and we're gonna feel a little more optimistic because going into Tuesday on January 13th, we have the moon going into Sagittarius. And so this is where your vision is going to expand, right? Then your truth is going to be clear because you should have cleared that with the Scorpio moon. So with this energy under the Sagittarian moon, you now are able to expand that vision and also expand your truth and speak your truth. On Wednesday, we actually have some cosmic alignment going on with the planets. We have Jupiter, we do have Jupiter opposing Mercury, or Mercury opposing Jupiter, however you want to put it. So we have Mercury opposing Jupiter on Wednesday. And so this is going to be about big conversation, expansive thinking, right? Because Jupiter is the planet of expansion and abundance. And then Mercury is the planet of communication, thoughts. And so when you merge those two energies together, it is big thoughts, expansive thoughts. Be mindful of over-promising and under-delivering that day, right? And you really need to watch your mental overload as well on Wednesday, because again, those two planets, it can be very mentally draining, right? You may have a lot of ideas coming at you all at once. You may have an abundance or overflow of just mental chatter going on Wednesday as well. But Thursday and Friday, we have the moon actually on Friday moving into Capricorn. And so this is going to be more grounding and more practical during this phase. And it's time to get serious about your creative plans and your commitments. With this moon energy under Capricorn, again, Capricorn is that sign of structure, long-term planning, review, right? And so this is the perfect time to get organized under this moon energy. And on Saturday, January 17th, we have Venus entering Aquarius. And so this is inviting freedom and love, originality and creativity, authentic self-expression. And so it's going to be a really fun time to kind of review your relationships and see where you can be more authentic in love, right? Because that's what Aquarius brings, right? Aquarius brings an authenticity to any situation. So this week is, with the moon phases, is really about balancing emotion with inspiration and passion with practicality. Okay, the numerology for this week. So January is actually a universal 2 month, actually 11-2. If you break down 2026, right, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus the 6, that gives you 10. January being the first month, so you add that 1 to 10, you have 11. And so if we break it down further, 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's why we come up with the 11-2 month for January. So this is a very special month because it can be considered a spiritual gateway, because if you look at the number 11, it tends to make two pillars, right? And so it's almost like a door or a gateway for you to walk through to master your spirituality. And the 1 actually represents you and your higher self, right? Those two ones. And so walking through that door of the 11 and being 2 energy, well, it has a lot to do with intuition, balance, harmony, right? And so also emotional peace, right? So you want to balance those things within this month. Now, what makes Sunday special is that we actually have another 111 portal. Remember, the first day of this year, that was the first, right? January 1st. So that was a 111 portal because this year is a 1. And now we're back on another portal starting Sunday with the 11. So this energy is being magnified on Sunday. And so this is a powerful gateway of alignment and manifestation to new beginnings. So this is going to amplify your thoughts. You're going to stay focused. So stay focused on what you want on Sunday, not what you fear, right? Don't be thinking about what you don't want. Focus on what you desire. And I'm not even going to say want, because we know that anytime you want something, the universe will keep you wanting it. But you want to be in a state of desire and knowing that you're in alignment with whatever it is that you're trying to bring in. It's no longer about forcing things. It's about recognizing that you have whatever it is that you are desiring right here, right now, and in this moment. And all you need to do is make sure you stay in alignment with it for it to materialize in the physical. So this is the universe's sign, right? This is a green light basically to set clear intentions and to visualize your next chapter with confidence. Spend a few minutes meditating on Sunday, right? Under this portal, you need a journal, speak some affirmations, go ground yourself, right? And when you speak these affirmations, you need to speak them powerfully and out loud. Even do the superhero pose when you say them, right? Put your hands on your hip and you stand confidently with your chest out as you say your affirmations, because this is grounding it into reality. You're bringing the formless into form on Sunday with this 111 portal. So use this energy to align your mind, your heart, and your actions, and you step forward as your higher self from this point on in the week. Now on January 12th, which is Monday, this is day 5 energy. So 5, that's freedom, that's flexibility, embracing change, staying flexible, adventurous, right? You may want to be a little more sociable on that day as well. And then on Wednesday, which is day 6 energy, on Tuesday, January 13th, that's day 6 energy. You're going to restore harmony and balance in relationships and responsibility. So it wouldn't surprise me if you're more family focused on Tuesday with that energy. Now on Wednesday, January 14th, that's day 7 energy. And so also we have the Mercury Jupiter alignment. And so you're probably going to have some spiritual insights and bigger picture and vision. Day 7 energy is always great for meditation, reflection, stillness, being alone. You definitely want to schedule some time to yourself to reflect. And also just do some introspection, and not some shoulda, coulda, woulda introspection, just about how am I aligning myself with what it is that I desire for this year? How am I repeating ancestral patterns that I would like to get rid of this year, right? Just think of things on a spiritual level on this day, because again, 7 is good. The 7 energy is good for analyzing, but please don't worry, right? Because that 7 energy can bring worry and doubt and fears up. And that's what we don't need on that day. Because again, Mercury with Jupiter alignment happening on that day as well. That means that whatever you're thinking is going to get amplified. So I would not be in the realm of fear on that day. Now on January 15th, that's day 8 energy. So this is your manifestation and power up day. So you need to step into authority, and you should be coming into this day much clearer from that day 7 energy if you took the time to be in stillness and reflect upon what it is that you're trying to accomplish or manifest for this year. Now, on January 16th, day 9 energy, which is Friday, that is completion, finalizing, right? And then we'll sprinkle with a little bit of wisdom and maybe some humanitarianism in there as well. So I always say day 9s are really good for cleaning out your closet, clearing clutter, giving things away, right, that you no longer use. So you need to let go of what's done as well, whether that's an old habit, an old belief, an old thought, a relationship, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be anything tangible. It could be something intangible. It could be just the way you were thinking. Now, on January 17th, we start all over again in the cycle because we're on a day 1 energy. So this is perfect, y'all, because actually on that day, on Saturday, we have Venus going into Aquarius. So this is actually new beginnings in love, right? And it doesn't mean necessarily how in your relationships with other people. It could be the way that you love yourself. So sometimes we forget about that, right? We forget about the self-love aspect of things, where when we talk about relationship, it doesn't necessarily have to be with someone else. It could be, what's your relationship to yourself? How are you loving yourself? How are you showing up for yourself? Are you speaking your truth? Are you shrinking in the presence of others? Or are you being bold and confident, right? So this kind of gives you like a little gut check. But again, with Venus being in Aquarius and this being a day 1, right? So this is fresh beginnings, creativity, collaboration, partnerships, right? All that on Saturday, the energy will be right for that. So the pattern for this week and the way the moon is moving is that we have foundation, then we're moving into change, and then we have harmony, faith, power, completion, and then we're back on to new beginnings this week. So we're completing like a whole cycle this week. And so the theme is, this is the cycle of evolution, right? So take this time, use it wisely. As I said, Sunday is very powerful portal for you to bring in whatever that you're trying to desire for this year. So definitely use the energy wisely. Close out 2025 in alignment, not burnout. Grab your divine aligned candle and journal to bring peace and purpose and divine timing into your days and to relax this holiday season. You can get 15% off all candles and journals right now on the website with the code holidays. Just go to the soulcardstudio.com/shop, pick out your journal and your candle that aligns with you best. Again, these are tools to help you on your journey and help you transition into 2026 with ease. Now, of course, if you're looking for more, I do have the calendar for 2026, and that is our cardology calendar here for Soul Card Studio. And this calendar is more than just a calendar. It is actually a learning tool. So educate yourself each month as we have powerful monthly affirmations, also monthly journals, and then we have the daily energy. As you can see, each day is marked with the card energy of the day. So grab your calendar. It's a digital download, all for $11.11 right now. So awaken your soul and find your path right here at soulcardstudio.com. This week's card is the 3 of Hearts. And so the 3 of Hearts is the card of emotional creativity and joyful expression. So it actually represents artistic inspiration, emotional expression, social connection, play, celebration, and laughter. Speak your truth with love and creating beauty from what you feel. 3s are highly expressive communicators of the deck. So just the number 3 energy within itself, very creative energy, very artistic. Oftentimes 3s are very sociable, right? It's just that energy of embodying joy, creative expression, and just with the heart mixed in with that, you have that expression coming from your emotions, from your heart, right? Just speaking your emotional truth, often with this 3 of Hearts energy. So again, the high vibe expression of the 3 of Hearts is expressing your emotion through art, music, or words, right? Writing or journaling. Collaborating creatively with others, speaking openly and authentically, bringing joy and color wherever you go. So if you're doing any of those things this week, then you are expressing the 3 of Hearts in high vibe energy. Now, if you're on the low side of the energy of this card this week, or on the shadow side, then you're most likely going to have scattered emotions or emotional blocks, drama, gossip, right? That comes along with the territory as well. And then using creativity to avoid vulnerability. So you don't want to do any emotional avoidance this week, because hearts are all about emotion. Heart is all about expressing how you feel. And so you don't want to dodge that this week. And as a matter of fact, you should be fully embracing that these weeks during the heart season here, because we need to work on being more emotional, vulnerable as a collective, right? We're so afraid of being hurt. We're so afraid of opening ourselves to new people or others. And we put up shields oftentimes. And so if that is you, then maybe practicing vulnerability this week wouldn't be a bad thing. Now, the Three of Hearts wisdom asks, how are you expressing what you feel, right? That goes back to what I just said about opening yourself up and being more vulnerable. With Mercury expanding your thoughts this week, because remember, we do have Mercury opposing Jupiter this week. And then Venus is going to be shifting into Aquarius. So this is going to be new beginnings in love by Friday. And so the universe is pretty much giving you permission to express your love and your creativity freely and in your own way. So that's the cherry on top, right? Being able to express your authentic, unique self, right? No one is alike. No one should feel that they have to be like someone else, right? You should be coming from your true authentic self whenever you express yourself from your heart. Now, the mantra this week with this card is, I express my heart freely, creatively, and joyfully. My emotions are my art, and my heart is the medium. Okay, so it's time for this week's journals prompt. So grab your Divine Aligned journals, and as again, take a deep breath in, exhale, do that for a few repetitions, and then from there, sit with the question first before you begin to write, because this is heart-centered writing, right? We're talking about the Three of Hearts this week, and so we definitely want to come from the emotional space within us in order for us to answer these questions. And so the first question this week is, how can I express my emotions more creatively this week? How can I express my emotions more creatively this week? And so this is really embodying the energy of the Three of Hearts this week. And so dig within yourself to find out, how can you be more creative with your emotions this week? How can you express yourself more creatively? And whether that's talking with someone, whether that's writing something out about how you feel about a certain situation or a person or whatever that is, but let it come from here, right? Come from heart center space and from your intuition. Now, the second journal prompt this week is, what would I create if I knew I couldn't fail? What would I create if I knew I couldn't fail? Now, this is a big one, right? Because a lot of us let fear hold us back from the next step in life, whether that's starting a business, whether that's leaving a job, whether that's leaving a relationship, whatever that may be. But if you knew that you were able to step out on your own and everything worked out, then what would you create? What would you be? What would you do? Right? And so removing failure oftentimes gives us a sense of peace and ease, because we know with confidence that we can't fail, that everything's going to go our way. So that definitely is a great journal prompt for this week. And also comment below about what you think about these journal questions, and what did you come up with as far as your reflection goes. Let's celebrate this week's birthday. So if your birthday is Sunday, January 11th, you are the Three of Spades, which is also known as the Creative Mind card. That means that you're brilliant, versatile, and original. Now, your gift is innovative solutions, but your challenge is overthinking. Now, on Monday, January 12th, if that is your birthday, then you are the Two of Spades, which is also known as the Cooperation card. And so your gift is to balance opposing forces with grace. And so your gift is diplomacy and insight, and your challenge, however, is indecision. On Tuesday, January 13th, happy birthday to you. If you were born on that day, you are the Ace of Spades. And this is also known as the Death and Rebirth card, right? So when people see the Ace of Spades, they kind of get a little shaky in their boots. This is the card of transformation, but not transformation in the sense that, oh, it's going to be easy change. No, you have to die to be transformed, right? Old ways of you, old parts of you have to die in order to be transformed with this card. And so that means that you are very transformational and profound. And your gift is complete renewal. And your challenge, though, is intensity, right? Because that Ace of Spades can be very intense. Now, January 14th, if you were born that day, then you are the king of diamonds, right? You are the master manifester. You are here to build empires. Imagine that. And also, your gift is to create sustainable abundance. And your challenge is material attachment, right? Because sometimes you can get a little, be in the material world. And so you have to learn how to leave the mundane world behind and go into the spiritual side of things sometimes. Because spiritual wealth is way more valuable than material wealth. Yes. Now, Queen of Diamonds, if you were born on January 15th, that is your card. And that means that you are the queen of values, right? So you're very financially wise and resourceful. And your gift is graceful independence, but your challenge is control, right? The Queen of Diamonds likes to be in control. And sometimes that can be to her detriment. Now, if you were born on Friday, January 16th, then you are the Jack of Diamonds. That means that you are the young entrepreneur and you learn value through experience. And so your gift is to grow through lessons. Now, your challenge can be balancing money and meaning, right? You got to have a purpose in life in order to balance your worth with that Jack of Diamonds. Now, with Saturday, January 17th, if you were born on that day, then you are the 10 of Diamonds, which means you are the success card. And you're basically, your job here in life is material achievement and leadership. Now, your gift is mastering abundance with grace, but your challenge is work-life balance, right? Because sometimes those 10 of Diamonds can be very, how can I say, much a workaholic and work multiple jobs because they're always about bringing in money, right? They're all about the dollars. So hustling is always in the blood of a 10 of Diamonds. So you've got to kind of learn how to curb that. But I also want to say happy birthday to everyone celebrating a birthday this week. And to all of our birthday celebrators, stay creative and stay grounded this week. So, in closing, your assignment for this week is to express your heart, create your joy, and connect authentically. The Three of Hearts invite you to make this week more creative, expressive, colorful, and alive. You're being encouraged to share your truth, your art, and your love more boldly. So, don't hold back this week. Speak it, create it, and then share it. Remember, your emotions are the art and your heart is the medium. I'll see you next week. Until then, trust the process, but more importantly, trust yourself. Take care.